There'll be 5 to 7 minutes for Professor Akhtar, and then we'll release the publication. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Well, I actually sort of insisted that I wanted to put forward my views because I've been a practicing architect or worked with other people, etc., etc. But I've been in the profession for over 25 years now, and have also been regularly coming as visiting faculty to my alma mater, SPA, for 15 years. So I actually see the picture from both the sides. And if I have to be really short and crisp, I actually, when I was going over this thing, when I read the brief and all, we came to a position when we said, okay, when we hire people for our office, and when they come, we realize that whatever they've learned is very different from what one has to be performing or delivering in the industry. And one actually came to something called a gap between university education and professional education of architecture, if I may coin the term. When the students, they come out of SPA, they come as fresh graduates. Oh, not only SPA, I'm sorry, I'm just so... So when they come out of college, they graduate and they think, okay, now we're architects and we're going to be doing something. And when they come and work and they try to do a real design, we realize that the level of design resolution that they are able to achieve is of a very basic level, because that's all they manage to do in their design studio. They do not have enough importance in their mind to any kind of structural technology, any kind of construction technology. According to them, building construction is a subject that they just need to pass. Structures mechanics is a subject that they need to pass. And they do not really pay any attention to it. And they are just not able to work within the constraints of laws, regulations, bylaws, or even the financial considerations. The client focus is totally missing. By client focus, I do not mean to say that if the client says, I want this, you should do that. But an architect has to understand that the design is not about his ego, but rather about delivering the requirements of a project. One has to do what is best for the project, as simple as that. I am not interested in using any jargon right now. It is about hardcore facts about how do you deliver in architectural consultancy. And the paradox is that all these subjects are being taught already in most of the schools of architecture. It's a part of the syllabus. So then why doesn't it hit home? And because I've also been teaching, one realizes that the way our curriculum is divided is too fragmented. This is one subject, this is one subject, this is one subject, and it is left up to the student to connect the dots and see, okay, this fits in here, this fits in here, should I put it here, is it relevant, is it not relevant? And it just does not come home. So if I were to take the analogy, I mean, I dare suggest this from my experience of some tinkering with trying to look at the syllabus at SPA a few years ago along with Manoj Mathur. We kind of came up with something that you're looking at, if you could divide this, the thing is, the division is too linear. So if you could divide each subject, if you could give the analogy of a carrot, and then if you're splitting it like this into pieces, then you start from one end of the carrot and reach to the other end of the subject by the end of 5 years. So you did foundations, and you did walls, and then you did roof, and then you did something, something, and so on. Whereas, if one could integrate the things in a way, let's say, for example, if I give the analogy of an onion. So if you could have one layer and then remove the layer and remove the layer, so that means you start with a whole picture and then keep getting deeper and deeper into the same thing. So this means that not that you're looking at, oh, let's change the subject, acha, the students today don't know about the new materials. New materials are going to keep coming every time. The syllabus has to, the method of learning has to incorporate that, okay, every time there's something new, we want to learn it, and we incorporate it. Another thing that I find very lacking with our education is that students, even when they design, they do not really have the ability to express their design into drawings. Now, drawings is the language of architecture, and design tools are the vocabulary of architecture. So if our students are not correctly learning the language or the vocabulary, then what kind of architects are we bringing home? And with this, since I can see the watch, I thank you all very much. to have, and I'm actually hoping that this is kind of going to bring up some debates, at least in SPA. And thank you very much.